Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as it's written. So moved by Bill, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Marcy.
Shouldn't it be approval of minutes from June, not May?
I see, I'm sorry.
Yeah, June 11th.
June 11th.
June 11th, thank you. With that correction, is there a motion and second to approve the minutes? Or not the minutes, approve the agenda? Moved by Bill and seconded by
Second.
Marcy. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Is there any public comment for agenda items? Hearing none, we'll continue with the meeting. Approval of the minutes and treasurer's report. Approval of the minutes June 11th, 2026.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from June 11th.
It's moved by Barb to approve the minutes from June 11th. And seconded by Ashley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Treasurer's report.
I'm assuming our township total is after you made the bills or before?
This is before, so this is, I go off of, June's bank statements. If you look at the Excel sheet, you'll see on the bottom, that is also before, the 292 is before we made any of the payments.
So if you want to know, you have to subtract 144 out of it, roughly, right?
What'd you say?
You'd have to subtract the 144 out of it.
Yes, yep, so if you subtract that from the general.
Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion.
Moved by Rob to approve the treasurer's report. Is there a second?
Second.
I think Bill beat you, Barb.
Oh, okay.
Second by Bill.
I guess I gotta turn my hearing aid up. I didn't hear you, Bill.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is the building department monthly report.
Not much.
That's just for information. Next item is our first business item, which would be the approval of the bills. Entertain a motion to approve the bills. Ashley has moved to approve the bills. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is the Cub Scouts flag placement appreciation. And John Kozel's here tonight. Let's let John come up, say a few words. It sure was beautiful. I had a lot of compliments on how nice the flags look, and they're still looking very nice.
Sure.
So,
Well, to see you, John. Yeah. Hello, everyone. John Coleslow, Cub Scout, Master of Pack 3280 out of Sparta. We've got decades of experience working with young K through 5 students in the Sparta area. Recently, Cub Scouts just allowed girls to be part of our organization, which I think is phenomenal. So we try to do the best we can and include both groups and understand what it takes to be a citizen of our great country of ours. Recently, we had a chance before Memorial Day to actually put in some flags. And every year I work with Marcy on making sure we got the right amount of flags and that they're presentable for the veterans that are alive and for the ones that have passed and for future ones. They normally come like this. Out of the box, they look really good. They might have a little frayed edge there, here and there, but for the most part, that looks great. Unfortunately, if you get some good winds or some bad storms, the top, there's 4 staples that hold that flag together. The top staple normally lets go, and that requires our pack before Memorial Day to actually take a bunch of glue guns and actually glue the top section right here so that stays in place. So we're on track for picking up the flags in the next couple of weeks or less, get them out of the weather and save them for next year. But I just wanted to let you guys know that we appreciate you guys allowing us to do that every year, and we're doing everything we can to save the township money by fixing the flags before we put them back out. And sometimes they get faded, some of them are in the sun a lot, so I think we do a pretty good job. I think this year out of about 1,000 flags that we fixed, about 100 of them have to be retired. And our Cub Scout pack does that too. Every fall, we'll have a special burning ceremony and honor the veterans again during November 11th, the time frame for Armistice Day. So try to get the scouts involved, the parents involved, and if there's anyone in the community that wants to help out, absolutely, we could use their help too. So that's all I have to say.
We really appreciate what you've done. I know the older kids used to do it, and you guys really stepped up to help us, and that was awesome. So thank you very much for you guys' help, because there's a lot of flags that have to go up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Greenwood Cemetery. There's a lot of veterans in that facility, so it's good to get out there, and that actually gets the kids out there to realize how many veterans are part of the Sparta community. So,
Right.
Just a great reminder. Any
Just-
questions? Yes.
I was gonna say, just let you know, as Randy and I have been out there working, if we see ones that were really bad,
Yes.
we had bought a couple extras. We put new ones in, we took the old ones home, we re-hot glued them, and then
Oh,
we
you
went
did?
back out and we kind of switched them back out. So you'll
Okay.
see some that are glued all the way down, that was us.
Oh, it was? Okay.
So you might find some that have a little more glue than you're gonna
Always.
remember having put on them, and so, just FYI, when you
Oh.
see them, you might find some like that, so,
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you for doing that. Bob.
yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely, I didn't like seeing the ones that were hanging down, so we took
Yeah.
care of some of them for you.
that. Yeah, feel free to call me anytime if you feel as though, hey, we gotta get some of that flags out there. Give me a call. I'll run out there. I go out to Lisbon. I go to all the different cemeteries.
And I have it on my calendar to order more, because I know
Yes.
this was the last of what we had in stock, so I'm just hoping that the price goes down after 4th of July.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, before Memorial Day, you're probably gonna get hit with a big dollar amount, so yeah, anything after that day.
If you ever want a project for your guys too, holler, cause Randy and I are in there every Wednesday night,
Oh, you are?
every Wednesday
Okay.
night from 4:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
Trying to repair some of the broken older stones.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of them at Lisbon.
Well,
unfortunately.
We've been concentrating in it, but if you'd like to go into Lisbon, I can train you and you can take your troops out there.
Okay.
I'd be happy to do that.
Why
Cause
don't
I
we
don't
do
think we'll ever be out of Greenwood if somebody else doesn't take on one of the other cemeteries.
Oh, sure.
So
Okay.
I'd be happy to show you how and what to do.
Okay, that would be great, Mark.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee how many we'll do, but anything we can do to help the community.
Yeah.
So,
Especially the older veterans, those are the ones we've been focusing on, so.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, just to let you know, Cub Scouts, there's 2 different groups within Scouting of America. There's K through 5, that's Cub Scouts, and then 6 through 12, that's Scouting of America for boys and girls. So girls can actually make the rank of Eagle Scout, like I did a long time ago. So with that being said, our pack slowly dwindled because there's so many families that can choose so many different things that they can do with their kids. So we've got about 4 kids right now. We're trying to build up that roster, and we're hoping that once we get that roster back up, we'll be able to restart Troop 704, which is for the high schools. It's going to take some time, but if you can get the word out that, you know, Cub Scouts, we're bringing in girls in. We got to send the scouts that are of age from 6 through 12. We have to send them to Rockford or Belmont, and they have really good scouting programs there. So, oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, John.
Thank you.
Can we shut off that? Is that an air conditioner?
It's a dehumidifier,
It's a
yeah.
humidifier. You shut, pull the plug on it maybe if you have to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, thanks again, John.
I'll be calling you.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Yep.
Next item on our agenda is public safety revenue sharing allocation. And we talked about this last meeting, and Ashley's kinda took the ball with this one, I think, a little more than I have. I'd like to have her kinda explain it a little bit, if she don't mind.
I think you can talk about the meeting you held today with the sheriff. That would be a good place to start.
Yeah, we talked with Joe from the sheriff's department. That was Joe, what was his last name again? Yeah, Abram, Joe
There you
Abram. Yep, Joe Abram. And he talked about the Kent County Safety Network, which is quite interesting. I know I've went down to see that. And
I see this.
they got
That's what he talked about.
all these cameras that they somehow hook into, and then in real time they can see get the crime happening, so to speak, and it really is quite amazing how quickly they can respond to that incident. And it was really quite interesting how they've done that. And so this money, and there again, I don't know the particulars about, I think we got something like $4,000 that the township can decide to use for public safety. It's from the revenue sharing dollars, and that I guess some townships just give the money to the county sheriff, and then they don't spend it on their own communities. But he thought it'd be kind of nice if the township, put it to use in our local community. Because otherwise, if you give it back to the sheriff department, it may end up going for safety in another area. And so there was some talk about various options, and cameras was a good choice. We talked about camera in the park. We mentioned some higher traffic areas that have notoriously had a little more crime, like Sparta Chevy and Glenwood Mobile Home Estates. And then using cameras for the township office. And so there's no deadline, but he thought it'd be better for us to decide sooner than later. And he said that he would give us a month to decide, and there's a form that we have to make out after this month, so to speak, and get it back to him. And I guess that's a little introduction, but like I say, I know we had a proposal last meeting from Andy Milanowski, the Sparta Police Department Chief, and they requested some of this money to be used for AED, I think it's AED, for some of their vehicles, or one of their vehicles. It'd be kinda nice to put that there because they always show up, or quite often show up at accident scenes, you know, with the fire department, that might be a good thing as well. So there's a number of good things we could dedicate this to. And then, Ashley, you wanna take over now, or
Yeah, with the,
please?
with the blue sheet, the gentleman provided that, it says about 4,000 to 5,000 per camera, so you can put them at intersections or anywhere. So basically that 12,000 that we would, send over to the sheriff if we don't, choose one of the options, which would be cameras, then that would just go into a bucket and not necessarily used within our township. So we can explore where we want these cameras, if we want those, cameras in general. I did ask our IT guy what his thoughts are on any cameras, if we were to just do them on our, like inside, like when they first walk into the office, and on the outside of the building, and his recommendations are what you see in the packet. With those, you're looking at us managing those and doing that. And we would probably install the outdoor ones just for crime. So it would make more sense for me, I think, to utilize the sheriff's offer as far as them installing and doing their thing with it, since it's for crime only. So I wanna explore those options. We did talk about local businesses, if they have cameras, it would cost roughly $400 for the sheriffs to have access to their cameras. And so we could go to local businesses around and say, hey, do you have a camera? And then maybe use some of the funds to allow the sheriffs to access that, because it's like a big program that they have. So those are lots of options. I think there's still a lot of work to be had I don't think making a choice today on what we wanna do, given that we just had our meeting with the sheriff today. But if you think about 4,000 to 5,000 per camera, if we can put them on intersections, you know, you can think 12-mile, 13-mile M37. If they were to be in the village, if that's what we decided, then we would have to get the approval from the village. I don't know what the village is doing with their funds. It sounds like they are just putting theirs in their pool and their funds for their police department. The park is a great one. I know you guys don't have cameras there, so they would be able to put a 360 camera in there as well.
What is the budget, what is the grant that we're receiving? And then if we give this to the Kent County Sheriff,
Yeah.
and they put we can use that and request that money be used in our community with cameras?
Yeah, so we're required to give 75% to law enforcement.
Yep.
So it could be Sparta or it could be sheriff. Sheriff serves our township. So if we say, hey, here's our 75% minimal, let's say we decide to do the AED, 50% of that, and we give them the remaining of the 16,000, then we would say, this is our plan, we want a camera in X, Y, and Z. And even if the cost is more, they would gradually work on getting all of them installed, you know, over time.
Okay.
So
This is probably gonna be an ongoing thing that we'll get yearly.
yes.
So if we can make like a wish list or whatever, and what they can't do now, maybe when more funds come in, they can do.
Yeah.
But the other thing is we would like to get some smoke detectors, and
Yes.
these on Amazon are only like, they're less than $200, $165. Especially with the 9 early days of voting coming up, cause our whole building doesn't have a single smoke detector or carbon monoxide detector in it, so.
Okay, so the 75% is how much?
12,000.
That's the
And
12,000.
our portion, the 25% that we can use for our, you know, not law enforcement would be the 4,000.
And that's where we talked about the AED, and I had talked with, I don't know his rank, the policeman from the village today. He called me because he's quite an expert on cameras, Price.
Sorry.
Yeah, and he talked to me because I thought maybe the balance we had left might be $800, and he said he could put, they could do something out at the park on that far pole and would give a live feed to their police cars
Okay.
And so if a car pulled in at 3 a.m, they could see it within 2 minutes. And if somebody was doing something, it would show that up, but, so I think certainly, and he did mention the Kent County system, so maybe this
Yeah.
would
Does the
work out
village
there.
show up at the park or share? Or both?
Village
The
does.
village
It's
would
in the
show up at the
Village.
park,
Okay.
but
I have a couple questions on the Kent County one. Who installs it?
Kent County,
Kent County.
Who
Yeah.
maintains it?
Kent County.
Yes, yes.
Is
And
there-
so if it's on like the lights or something, or they have to go to Consumers Energy, they have to go to the county, they have to go to multiple places and get that approval. If you were to do like an intersection, there's a lot of moving parts, but essentially we do this whole contract saying, hey, this is our wish list, starting with, the top to the bottom, and they take care of everything from there.
Is there an annual fee?
No.
There's,
Once it's put up, it's forever and Kent County maintains it forever?
yes.
They only look at it if there's a crime too.
Yes.
No, I
It doesn't
understand
look
that
at-
part, but I
Yes.
mean,
Right,
normally when you put something up, there's a maintenance
Right.
deal with it and power, somebody's AC power.
they install it, they maintain it.
Once it's installed, it's theirs.
Yep.
Yes, we gave them the money to put the cameras up and they take it from there. So if you, and
Sounds
they
like
look in
pretty-
their system.
Pretty good deals to do.
That's what
Yeah,
I
and it's the fact that it can stay within our township, so it's just kind of looking to see where crimes are at in the township, where we want to be. Why, in my opinion, why put cameras up on our buildings of our own and monitor them? And, FOIA could be an issue on that, where we strictly just wanted it to be for crime. I don't know how many cameras we even have in the town, but I think that's a great opportunity. And at the AED, we could give half of that or full, whatever everybody decides, to the police department. So that could come out of the 75%, because the police department are the ones who are utilizing the AED. So we would cut that check to them and they can purchase it, whether it's wherever, which I believe was the fire department, and then the rest could go to the sheriff. And give them our wish list on where we want cameras and go from there, so.
well, I guess I certainly would like to kind of table this until we get more information from Mr. Price and then more information on this, because maybe it's one and the same, what we're talking about here.
Can we at least purchase these either out of our budget or out of the thing?
I would think
I
so.
think we could swing
We
that.
need those smoke
Yeah.
alarms. This is terrible that we don't have smoke alarms
Well,
in
I've
this
just got an
building.
election coming up where there'll be people down here for 9 days, so it would be nice to have.
Yeah,
So definitely need to pick up smoke alarms.
yes.
And I feel
I
like,
think 5 is good.
we should have a CO detector. One of these should be a
I think
CO
they're
detector.
all combo units.
They're all-
Are they?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll make a motion that we buy 5 smoke detectors for them.
Thanks.
Second,
Moved by Jason that we purchase 5 smoke detectors, and second by Barb. Is there any further discussion?
For just these?
Yeah.
Just these for now, yes.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously.
Obviously, there's not a lot of installation on these.
I don't think so,
They're
these are
non,
just,
they're non-hardwired,
they're
so.
10-year batteries, so.
and then the rest of this, table it until we can
Yeah, cause I
make
think,
sure that this is all the
What we want.
same.
yeah,
Cause I would like to know if the village and the county are somewhat tied together with the same video system.
yeah. Cause if
That's
the
what I'm
village is
wondering.
responding to the
After
park.
talking to him, and he said he saw the Wi-Fi we have on there, I think we pay $46 a month. He could go with a different, something there on the building, and it might be $30 a month. I'd save you a little bit, but. So he had he could give us a presentation or come into the office, I guess, be my request, and
Who is this?
price.
Village. Village police department.
Policeman.
I like the idea of having the live.
Chief?
What's that? No, he's maybe a lieutenant, I think.
Lieutenant Price.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lieutenant
okay.
Dave Price, yeah.
I did like to have the, someone to be there.
Somewhere in the back of the
That's nice to
library
have.
area and
Yeah, that's a good.
Well, and that's, I think, is important too, because there has been vandalism behind the library,
Yeah,
especially when the car went driving through there.
I think it's a consensus of the board that we'll put that on the agenda for our next meeting. And the next item on our agenda is roof quotes. And I sent the spec sheet to about 4 different roofers. Arrow Roofing, Stronghouse Solutions, Trident Roof Solutions, and Melvin Belt Roofing. And I just got three back by the due date of today at 5 p.m. So
Can I see your spreadsheet? Is that an extra one?
okay, sure. Yeah, I'll just pass that around.
And this is what you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sent this before.
Yeah. Yeah, that was approved, I just put the correct dates in it. So let's see, open up as they came in, Arrow Roofing was the first one. They're on the own.
You have to. Got a knife?
Yeah, I think I can get in this, they had both ends taped up. There you go. Arrow Roofing. Price to complete was $48,884. Send that one around.
You wanna start with it?
Next one is, came in was from Stronghouse Solutions.
Is that all the same?
I'm sorry, what's the next one?
Yeah. Roundhouse.
Roundhouse?
Strong.
Strong.
Wow,
they all the same or is it just?
that's unbelievable.
You said they all are the same?
$48,840. Wow, that's great. I mean,
Close.
that shows, you always kinda wanna have bids that are kinda close. It shows that they're all bidding on the same thing. And here's the Trident roofing. $55,809. Oh, we got a little different. You got a membrane roofing for that. Then it's got a little different quote, but that's $45,275, so probably there again. Very comparable.
Is that,
I'm confused,
you
is
mean
there two different ones?
there's 2 bids on there?
He's got 2 bids?
Well, for some reason on this,
May I
you're
clear
from
that up?
Trident?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
So,
you wanna step up to the
yes,
mic?
thank you. That's why I wanted to come down. The
Okay.
first one is your specs that you put out there with the EPDM fully adhered. As a company, as a company, we always offer an alternate, for better pricing. The alternate is a TPO membrane, 60 mil, same warranty. It's mechanically attached rather than fully adhered. Still offers you the 20-year warranty. It's the roofs you see on the factories as you're driving down the highway, the bright white roofs and that thing. The newer products in the industry. So it comes out a little cheaper because of the way it's put together on the roof. Instead of gluing, it's screwed down, but it's all the same warranty. Just another option for you guys to think about that saves you a little bit of money for our township. And if you got any questions about that, I'm happy to answer that at any time.
And you're Justin?
I am.
No, Justin incidentally did a really great thing. I got a hold of the electrician, you know, like you told me to do. And, yeah, that's definitely hot wires going in there.
Yeah, I also had my electrician stop by, because obviously I'm a resident here in Sparta as well, so it means a little bit more to me. He said that it's a pretty quick, easy fix.
Yeah.
The biggest concern is the way that exterior drip edge is on there now. It's horseshoed and cut around, the porcelain bulb screwed into the building, and that's a natural leak spot for driving rains and winds, and that was my biggest concern, as well as the live electricity running right into that metal as you try to take it off.
That was 220.
Yes, so.
So that was really a great catch, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and if you look at our packet as well, I added some pictures of the brick wall adjacent to your building where it's cracked through the mortar and everything. That can absolutely be a leaking point into the neighbor building or yours from, again, driving rains, and the simple fact that the brick is dilapidated and starting to fall apart. It needs some new tuck point and stuff like that, but in the long run, it could present itself as a roof leak into the neighbor's building or yours, but coming through the brick wall. So again, as we were doing our due diligence and walking the roof, we wanted to point out these kind of things to you guys so that everybody's aware of it. These older buildings with the exterior brick, they need a little bit of maintenance here and there's some tuck pointing and stuff like that. Because again, they can present themselves as leaks on the roof and actually be a brick leak into the building, so. And the electrician said it was I know you guys have your own, but he said around $400 to unhook and put that back together the proper way when whoever puts the metal back on there. So reasonable number from electrician as well to shut that down for 20 minutes and reattach it.
What our electrician said that is something that Consumers Power has to put the rubber over that, because they're just what happened is they usually tape them somehow coming in.
Right.
And so, but he's called Consumers Power and I'll also follow up if I don't see it fixed, actually before they go up there, but I really appreciate that.
No, absolutely, it could be a hazard for anybody if they're not paying attention. A quick slip and that metal hits that wire and it's no good to anybody. As well as also in the pictures, on top of your rooftop units, your HVAC units and stuff like that, there's metal pans that sit on there. Over time, just like anything, when you've got rain, snow, and ice from our great state of Michigan, 9 months out of the year, darn near, they'll start to rust. And you can see in the pictures, the top of those units are starting to rust. Again, just doing our due diligence, we would recommend putting a coating over that to help preserve those units. So those are little things that make a big difference, can make a big difference down the road that are minimal costs. And if they're caught and dealt with ahead of time, you don't have to go through the expense of replacing the tops of those units, because that entails taking that unit apart to replace all that stuff. So again, a little due diligence to stay on top of things saves everybody in the township a lot of money down the road.
Could you explain that membrane again, the difference you just said?
So the spec that you guys put out there is an EPDM rubber, a black rubber. It's a 60 mil. All rubber, EPDM rubber, is fully adhered. What I mean by that is it's a glued down process. That's where the costs start going up. The glues and the adhesives are very expensive. It's a black roof, it's gonna attract heat. It's still put into the specs because a lot of architects just kind of copy and paste because it's just the way it was. The TPO, the white membrane, is gonna reflect those UV rays, keep it a little cooler in the summer. And it's a stronger membrane. EPDM rubber is like a bike tire, a tube in a tire. It's a 60 mil, but it's stretchy, it's easy to puncture. If you got maintenance guys up there maintaining the HVAC unit and stuff like that, they drop a screwdriver, that's gonna penetrate through that rubber. I've been doing this for 34 years. I've never seen an HVAC guy come off roof and go, hey, I might have put a hole in your roof. They just leave, take their tools with them. The TPO is a thermoplastic membrane that is actually heat welded together with machines on the roof. Penetration is much harder. It's weaved with fiberglass netting, back and forth, back and forth. The best way to describe it's like a Spider-Man's web, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the plasticides on top of it. It's basically what everybody's moving on to. The old tar roofs in the 70s and 80s, from the 80s to the early 90s, early 2000s was the EPDM, and now just like any other product in the world, they're moving on to bigger and better things. The TPO does not have to be fully adhered. It can be, and it can be mechanically fastened. What I mean by that is you're screwing down the end of the sheet and screwing it through the middle. It saves you the money on all of the gluing processes and the smell of the glue in your building when they're doing it.
And it's less,
And it's cheaper because of the adhesives are so expensive.
Is the labor cheap, is the labor faster on that than doing the EPDM?
It is. It is, and that shows in the numbers as well. And you still get, you still get the full 20-year NDL warranty, no dollar limit warranty. That's 20 years. The first 2 years are held by the company itself, Trident, Arrow, Stronghouse, would hold the warranty for the first 2 years of the 20-year NDL. The 18 remaining years, the manufacturer itself holds the warranty on commercial buildings. They send a representative out when the roof is complete. They're gonna walk it with their inspector. He's gonna probe it, check it, do his due diligence, and then they sign off on it. Once they signed off on it, the warranty is basically bulletproof at that point. So anything other than a tree falling on it or a fire, it's covered for 20 years. So, and the TPO in all my years, 30-some years of doing this, is the best product out there. It's just, when, I'm sure it was an architect or a firm that put your scope of work together, they do a lot of copy and pasting. We do a lot of work with Rockford, Wolverine, Roadie Construction. They're all, Wolverine, yeah, they're all moving away from the EPDM for cost, durability, longevity. So that's why we put the alternate out there. All right.
Thank you.
Now, you've done some roofing too around Sparta, Justin.
Yeah, we did the New Choice One building right across the street, and we did the liquor store right behind them, 2 years ago. Yeah, I think we did them both all in 1 year, so. We've done a couple projects here, we work with all the Choice Ones, we had the contract for about 3 years now, so. Yeah, we do. Pardon?
O'Reilly's.
Yes, we also have a contract with Riley's Maintenance and all their properties as well, so.
Wow.
And my partner and I are both Sparta locals, so. We keep it in the family, as they say. And again, I've spoken to Dale a couple of times. If you guys got any questions about any of the warranties or product information or anything like that, I am happy to answer any questions. So, all right.
Appreciate you coming tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for hearing me.
Well, what is the board's pleasure?
just a suggestion, I guess if we're gonna change to a TPO product, we probably ought to have our other bidders bid the same. Cause you can't compare one against the other, when one's bidding one way and one's doing something different.
Yeah, how did you come up with these requirements, Dale? I don't know anything about roofing, so these are very detailed. How did you come up with that exactly, that we needed exactly that for the roof?
Well, I talked to Gary Moody about that, and I didn't think the board would wanna hire an engineer. I didn't hire an engineer. I don't know, hired engineer probably.
Can I see that again?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it looks like everybody bid the same thing, so I don't think there was a bunch of variances or anything.
I don't think so. I think everybody bid the same thing, but you kinda went a little.
Yeah, we always offer an alternate. It's all about saving a little bit of money and still getting the product and the warranty you want out there.
And then your higher one, that 55, whatever, I just briefly seen it, but that's for the.
That's for the EPDM fluid here, and that also covers the coating on the units as well.
But he's really competitive with the quote we have on.
Sure.
I mean, they're all right on the button just about. So, I mean, very close prices, I mean, it seems like to me.
So $7,000 difference, but
Well, that's to the higher, that 55,000.
that's for our spec,
Oh, that's for our spec, oh.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that's quite a difference, then.
Right, that's why I said, I don't mind going to the TPO, it sounds logical, but before you do that, you'd have to give Arrow and Stronghouse Solution at least a chance to say, we changed our bid philosophy and went with a TPO product. That would be the only fair way to do it, I would think.
I agree.
Well, we already know the other bid, cause we just made it public.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not bidding because I am related to Stronghouse, so I can recommend that he does great work and he's honest. All salesmen, roofers, they're gonna tell you what you wanna hear. But I'm not voting, but I trust Stronghouse out of all of them, so.
Stronghouse is out on 28th Street, correct?
I'm not sure where he works, he just works for Stronghouse.
Yeah, we do all of their flat roofing.
I'm not a roofer.
It used to be Irish Roofing. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah, we do all of their flat roofing.
Okay,
So they sub it to you?
Correct, sir.
you know,
I have no clue.
We know-
I just know I'm not voting.
the bids are out and I know I'd like to try this new product. I mean, it's $3,000 cheaper, $3,800 cheap roughly, somewhere in that range. I'm prepared to move forward, I guess. Because if you go for the bid, they already know what the other bids were,
Yes, that wouldn't be fair.
but you're really down to just two, so they do all the flat work. So I'd make a motion to go with TPO and run with his Trident bid.
And how much was that?
45,275.
Second.
Moved by Rob to go with Trident Roofing. The TPO?
Yes, sir.
TPO, $45,275, and it was seconded by Barb. Any further discussion? If you believe or agree with the motion and second, please say yes. If you do not, please say no. Marcy?
Start at the other end.
Pardon me?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Bill?
Reluctantly, I'll say yes, because I think it's probably a good deal and a good product, and I understand the rationale, but I think our bid process was flawed.
Ashley?
I'm not voting.
She's abstaining.
That's right. Barb?
Yes.
And Rob?
Yes, and I do agree with Bill. I probably would have maybe put it out for rebid, but because the bids were out, it wouldn't really be fair to this gentleman. And he could just come underneath that easy.
Myself? Yes. That pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 0. One abstention. Okay. Is there anything under other informational?
I have something. It wasn't that. I had a couple people ask me about the CDBG grant, so I did contact him this week, and I got an email back that said that we're a little behind on getting our notices out related to the CBD assistance, but yes, we plan to proceed with assisting on this project. So that means that we will be getting our grant, at least in some form. So we'll find out later this month.
For an elevator?
For the $100,000.
Good job, Marcy.
Nice, good job.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I hope it works faster than our USDA one for the fire station.
And if we do get it, Marcy wrote it.
Good job.
Well, if we, Sue Blackwell did assist me because she's the queen of.
Well, I wanna give Sue and you kudos then if they.
I'll give her a ride in that elevator.
Once it's redone.
Me and Rob are about the only ones that ride that elevator.
No. When my back hurts, I do ride it.
So yes, so I was pretty excited when I heard that, so.
You done?
I'm done.
I thought you were talking about the website.
Pass that down to Bill
Okay.
and Jason. I think the rest have seen it.
It's a
This is
picture of the
specific
ball
quality.
field.
Oh.
For those of you
I didn't know
who
that.
he can't see the
Don't
picture.
touch that, Barb. Is that the field?
CBD grant.
You see that, Bill?
Yeah, that's the back all done.
Community development
All's
block
garage?
grant, it's put on by Kent
Thanks,
County. They give several larger ones even than that out a
It's
year.
between the fields.
And I
Oh,
don't think
that's
they
way
had a whole lot of
backwards where they
people
dug the whole
apply
pump
this
hole.
year for
Oh,
some
with the-
reason, but
from,
you can only get one every
Yeah.
3 years or so. We got one for the park about 5 years ago, so we qualified this year, so.
That's wonderful.
Did they
I was
fix all
thinking,
the
you know,
driveways
CBD, I'm
and
like, why would
drives
they give them a grant?
behind it?
And our elevator died.
Oh.
We need a new elevator.
Oh, perfect.
I'm not cheap.
$125,000.
Oh, really?
And that's it?
That's crazy.
Well, the elevator has been here since the building was put in, so.
This one we just wrote down.
Yeah.
No, it's working now. It's working now. It
Sometimes.
just needs some,
I need some love.
yes.
May not go back up, but
Sometimes it doesn't go back up, just warning you.
Oh,
that was the easy part,
Well, we'll call the fire department if it does.
I found that out.
Yeah, he got stuck in it.
Oh, you didn't mind though, yeah, you enjoyed it.
When we were in Myrtle Beach last
Well,
month.
come along, I guess, I think, or
Sorry,
something,
got something now.
Best I can do.
Way it now.
The Historical Commission will be meeting this Saturday with our expert from the Grand Rapids Museum. She is also the curator for the Voight House in Grand Rapids. She's a lovely lady, a young lady, as a matter of fact, and she is going to help us build the new museum in the back half of the Civic Center. The Friends of the Historical Commission have granted us the funds to pay her for 45 hours this summer to help us build this and put it together, so we're very excited about that. So we will be moving things and have already started moving things out of the basement of the research center. And we will be moving some things out of the schoolhouse over there so we can start building our displays. So look forward to a new museum in the back of the Civic Center that will depict the early years of Sparta and what made it develop. So lifestyles and the history, and we're very excited about it, so. And we're looking for volunteers.
That might be something.
I wanna jump in again. The sports park, the finished what I just showed them there, and for the people in the audience is they dug out the big portion on the back of the quad to take the silt out of the pond off Ackland. That is all done and finished. Joel happened to call me while I was in the township office, and Dale sat in and listened to Joel. A portion of it is 80% complete. It's been paid out 80% of the drain. There's another person that's working on another contract that has only been paid out 20%. Now they're gonna start working from that pond back into Sparta, back to the Rogue, and then the other gentleman is still working out past Kennewa and working out in Ottawa County and digging that a little farther. So they had to bring some topsoil in. The silt they thought they could use as topsoil, but it really couldn't, so they brought topsoil in and filled that in. They might have to fix the pathway from driving over it, but they really cleaned it up nice. And I asked him about gravel for our parking lot, because I think that I've held off from doing anything, and his words were maybe. That's
better than no.
That's better than no. And so we're gonna hold off till he gets farther down the line to paying out this other contractor. It might be a little while yet, because it's obviously it's gonna take a couple months to get through here, so I don't
Gotta go
know.
all the way to the Rogue River.
Yeah, that's what I mean, they haven't done anything that way as far as I know.
Right? No, that's totally fine.
Didn't need to jump in.
No,
Well, then Bill wanted me to bring up the, our website. I wasn't quite ready to yet, but, the guy that made our website years ago, and he's awesome. It's a awesome website, it's easy to use, he's awesome to work with. He's retiring next year, so he, we have to find a new website host and designer, I guess. He's willing to let everything go to the new person. He's not gonna keep it or anything. He's gonna help them transfer it to a new website and everything. And he sent us some people to ask or whatever, and I did get one good one. I've talked to 2 different companies. One was just far too expensive, but I didn't even go through his presentation too much because it was just way more than what I knew anybody would spend. But the revised company that I gave Bill the information for the fire department was a good company, and I went through their presentation, and it sounds very similar to what we're using now. But if anybody knows of any other ones, we have till the first part of next year to pick somebody. But this was a good option, and they do a lot of websites for townships and stuff in the area, a lot of government websites. So there's some of them that I can send out and you guys can look at them and stuff. They have a couple different options. They have like a pre-made website where they just put your information in the spots, and it was 3,000 something to do that one, and then there's a custom one that's like $8,000. But their yearly fee was even a little bit cheaper than what we've been paying John. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I know when I looked at it, it was a little bit cheaper.
I'm guessing all of these new website designers would wanna change the whole website, they wouldn't wanna use the existing one.
They won't use the existing one, but he's gonna open it up so all the information can be transferred, so we don't have to say, okay, here's our minutes from the last 3 years, here's all this information, here's all that information. They can pull it from our old website to put in the new.
Why wouldn't they wanna use the old one?
Because it's not theirs.
Yeah, but it's a lot less work than not doing
Yeah.
anything. That's what I thought.
But they're not charging for.
No, but they'll charge you annually for maintaining it. I don't know. I
Will that
just,
change how you pay your utilities and everything on that website? Will it all change?
We don't collect utilities at all, we don't have any utilities, we just have building permits and stuff.
I guess
And
the
taxes.
water is what I pay, but.
Well, that's the
But
village,
then-
that's the village, and theirs will change because they have the same web host.
Okay.
We got the information from them to get ours, so he's been awesome. I'm very sad that he's retiring, but he is in his 70s, so I guess he has every right
yeah.
to move on.
Yes.
So I'm sad to see him go, but if anybody has any more suggestions on who I could call or listen to their spiels. But they were, this
Quite a
company
few.
seems to be quite competitive and in line
I
with
feel comfortable
prices, so.
knowing that ours isn't as bad or as good as the rest of
But anyway, so that's that.
Anything else other informational?
I can't think off the top of my head anything.
Public comment? Well,
This gentleman's got something up like.
I just don't know, I'm supposed to say something.
If you've got something to say, now would be the time.
Okay,
you can
You
come up
have
to the
to say your
podium.
name and.
my name's Jeffrey Ferris and I live in 270 Winter Pines Court. It's a 9-home subdivision, if you would. And I have a neighbor, and I understand that the township doesn't want to get into people's yards and the maintenance of their yards and this kind of stuff because it's a rural community. But this isn't a rural community, this is a house development. Every home in this development has got maintained lawns. We have sprinkler systems. I spend $2,000 a year on my lawn. And I live next door to a home that there's absolutely no maintenance. You have chest-high weeds growing everywhere. I have sumac growing on my property line. I mowed my lawn today and ran over 24. I stopped counting at 24 sumac plants that are this high. Our HOA said, in the HOA it says that you have got to, if you have any questions, you have to go to the township. The township has no rules. And I can understand that, but this isn't a rural development. If she wanted to do this, she should have bought 5 acres somewhere and done it where she's not affecting the value of other people's homes. I've had my real estate broker out, and she says that during this time of the year, it's gonna be virtually impossible for me to sell my home. She says people are going to pull into my driveway, they are gonna take one look at what's next door, and they're gonna not even get out of the car, they're gonna leave. You're talking about $500,000 homes. The real estate broker has also told me that my property is affected by about a 10% decrease in value because of this home. I mean, I ask every one of you to get in your car and go over to my house and drive past this home and ask yourself, would you want that living next door to you?
Now, that's, Winter Pines is, I think, just north of 15 Mile
Yes,
Road?
sir. Yes.
And then you drive in there and then, is it towards the left? Or I think
Yes,
there's
it
some
turns-
development as you go back deeper to
You
the
go
right.
back in deeper, but that's not HOA, that's all private homes.
Oh, so,
But it's
But
just that
you're
little,
part of an HOA?
we're part of an HOA.
You guys don't have rules for,
The HOA was transferred from the builder to 3 individuals, and they did it illegally.
okay,
They did not tell everybody that this meeting was going on. The people that she was one of the people that took over the HOA, and she did so because she wanted to have this kind of a yard. And she knew that if the HOA the board of directors had done what they were supposed to and passed bylaws and all this, because we just have a generic, you know, there's no bylaws, no nothing. We basically have an HOA where, according to what my attorney has told me, if I don't wanna pay my HOA dues, I don't have to, because it's that sad.
yeah, 'cause
And
it's
these
not
people,
really.
they had this meeting and they didn't even tell 40% of us that it was going on. They gave away all of our assets, all of our dues that were collected, everything. They gave back to the builder because he came to the closing with a sob story that closing costs were just absorbed. I'm sorry, I have trouble breathing. But he said it was absorbent, and so they gave him back all of our money. You know, the one guy who took over as the president of the board of directors wanted to have a swimming pool in his yard, and according to what the HOA says and the way they are in the state, if somebody lives and can see it and don't want it there, it can't be there. And he knew that, so he was gonna have his swimming pool. And they went about and I found out about this because I was outside one day and I said to the lady who does live next door to me, I said something to her about it. She goes, "Oh, we already took the HOA from Rob." And I said, "You didn't even tell us." She goes, "Well, we don't have to." I said, "No, you don't have to. Rob doesn't have to tell us that he's assigning a board of directors. But the minute you started talking about our money, we had a right to know." She says, "Well, we just have to be accommodating." And, you know, I don't know what you guys are willing to do, whether you're willing to make some sort of a thing where if you're in a residential area like this, there are certain rules. I mean, setback rules. I mean, she's planted plants. She actually last year went to the point, I had put down a chain link fence top rail. She had wanted to know where the property lines were, so I stuck T-posts in the ground. I ran a string. I plumb bobbed off that string down about 2 inches off the ground, and I put these 20-foot sections of pole. Those sections sat there for 3 years. Last year, she decided she wanted to plant on that side. She went over there and moved these poles over so she could put her stuff right on the line, and now her stuff is growing on my side of the property line.
Well, I can talk to our zoning administrator and then maybe look into the private road approval and such, site condo approval. I don't think there's any language in there as far as mowing, but I think, you know, it'd be something to ask him, you know.
Because, you know, I mean, the next step is to come before the township and say, "Hey, I need my taxes lowered. You can't charge me for a $500,000 home when the home next to me is degrading my value of my home by 10%.
Well, that you
That's
can
50.
do.
You know, I don't wanna do that, you know,
I do it all the time, what are you talking?
See, I've got a wife.
I think they're way too high, I just holler at him.
I think they're high anyway, but.
Yeah.
But I have a wife, and that's what my concern is. We've replaced 2 knees and a hip in the last 3 years. That's what my priority is. and I don't have time to deal with her. And I can't approach her because she's already told the other guy who was just the HOA president, he yells at me. I've never raised my voice once to her.
But obviously, there's no HOA association, your attorney says it's non-valid, so
Well,
that
he
HOA
says
is worth nothing?
they think it is. You know, they don't even realize that every time they increase the dues and stuff, that it's supposed to go to the Kent County to be recorded. Nothing has ever been recorded. I mean, they think that they're an HOA, but they don't know how any of it runs, and it's.
It almost sounds like a legal between the homeowners of this and your HOA association, that it's a legal aspect.
I've already gone that route too. My attorney says that I'll end up paying them. And in order to get my money back from them, I would have to put liens on their houses because they don't have the money to pay the fine, what a judgment against them would be. So I'm kind of hamstringed there. I mean, I can't afford to give Rhodes McKee, you know, what they would cost to pursue this matter. I mean, you're talking 6 figures easy just to get started.
Yes.
You know, so I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, my house is, you know, I'm come by my house and look at my yard once, and look at where I live next door.
Can your HOA vote to change the rules?
That's kind of hard because we don't have any rules to go by.
They don't have a very,
We have what is a very generic HOA. And when I asked the builder, and this is what started the whole thing with him wanting to get out from underneath it so quick, I went to him and I was talking to him because as he was building this road, the cement trucks and the sand trucks would come off and they just drive off the slab of asphalt that was there, and great big chunks of it would break off. And I would say to him, I'd say, hey, you know, there's ways to stop that. You know, I've worked in commercial construction. Put down, you know, I didn't tell him, but put down a piece of plywood and have him drive over the plywood, and it won't destroy the asphalt. And he's telling us the whole time that, you know, oh, don't worry, I've got money set aside. I plan to fix this road. And when it came time when he was building his last house, I went to him and I said, hey, Rob, what are you going to do about this road? And he looked at me and he said, he said in front of my wife that he was going to take care of it. He looked at me and said, I never committed to do anything.
How long is it?
It's been too long, because I went to my attorney right away, and he said we had to get him cornered in 2 years. And I went back to the HOA and I got a letter from my attorney, and I brought it to the HOA, and I asked them about that. I said, here's what my attorney says, this is a must-build project.
Mm-hmm.
He has got to build the road.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who was the president of the HOA is a friend of the guy, you know, he thinks the guy is his friend, and since in the meantime, since then, he's found out that, you know, the guy.
Are we talking years?
Yeah, we're talking, we had 2 years to make a complaint, and this road is now, it's been 5 years.
Oh,
Still a private road?
It's still a private road. I mean, these people, just give you an idea of the mentality of these people in here. They were gonna come here to the township and have the township take over the rules and the road. They wanted you guys to take over the road. Our road right now is, the cost that we've got is like $75,000 that we all have to come up with to fix this road. Whereas if they had done what they were supposed to do in the first place, it wouldn't be that way. The builder would have had to do it. And like I said to them at the time, you know, how poor do you think this builder is? He just sold 8 $500,000 homes.
who's the builder?
Yeah, but you know, he's not, I don't think he's building anymore, but it was Rob Landerak, who's from Sparta. And, you know, it just, I mean, I don't know where to turn, but I look out my window, or I walk out my yard, and the whole, it's just, it's an abomination. I mean, there's been 4 other people from that subdivision, and me makes 5, who have come down here wanting the township to step in and do something about it. And they get told, well, it's you know, you guys are a rural area, and, you know, that to them, that's the closed door, that immediately closes the door. I gotta have some better answer than it's a rural area, because yes, this is a rural setting.
Well, I think it'd be
Homes.
good, Wednesday from 8 to 12, the zoning administrator, Kevin Yeomans is there, and I'm there
I've
as
talked to
well.
him about this.
So it wouldn't be bad if you wanted to come in and we could at least answer some questions about the road. I know that, but.
Well, I mean, the road is our responsibility now.
Mhm.
I mean, it's obvious from the HOA papers that we have that road is our responsibility.
But that's gotta be a paved road, isn't it?
And from what I know, I mean, we talked about it at our last meeting a couple weeks ago.
I mean, it is paved now.
It is paved now. And I said to him, let's just let it go back to being a dirt road. I mean, it's.
You could give it to the county, but the township wouldn't take the road.
No, the county wouldn't take it either. They're not gonna.
They're not up to county specs?
No,
It should be.
no, it's basically what they did was they laid the asphalt to get to the property in the back. But that ground, I mean, right where the cul-de-sac goes off, there's a great big dip in the road from these concrete trucks. And, you know, when I presented this letter from my attorney, Rob and the guy's name was Jeremy, got together one afternoon over a bottle of wine, and they sent out a letter back to everybody. And their road expert, some guy from Bob's Asphalt or something, told them that a concrete truck or a truck full of sand with 10 yards of sand on it is not gonna do any more damage to the road than a passenger vehicle. And these people believe that. Well, these trucks all turning in there, we now have a dip where if you have a very small low-riding car, you're gonna get hung up on that. You know, so, and I pointed this out to the HOA that that's where the main gas line comes in. If that road caves in and there's a sinkhole there, we're not gonna have any gas in our subdivision, because it's the main gas line goes right underneath that spot. But you know, I mean, it's a terrible mess, and the road is a mess. I really don't care about all that. I'm more concerned about the fact that I got a house next door to my home that and it's not just an unsightly thing, but she's had woodchucks over there. There have been skunks over there. It's not uncommon to sit on my porch and my deck in the back of my house and watch the field mice running rampant through there. You got deer coming through there, and you know, now with ticks and everything. I mean, it's a health hazard. I mean, it's just unsightly.
How many houses are in the division?
9.
I don't think there's anything you're gonna be able to do, because it is its own private road.
But see, our HOA says, in the rules of the HOA, it says if there's a discrepancy like this, you have to go to the township and ask the township to
And
make
if
a
the township
determination.
has an ordinance like that, but I don't know. if
We
they
don't
do.
have any ordinances against,
So, I think that's a question for Kevin,
yeah,
so.
See, I've already talked to Kevin, and
you have talked to
I
Kevin.
have, I've talked to him on multiple occasions about this, and, you know, sometimes, you know, who was the guy I talked to the other day?
Bob Mayer.
I talked to him and he said, well, I'm sure you'll have people that will listen to you. Well, I can go home and talk to my wall too. My wall will listen real well. You know, if I'm not gonna get any relief from that. But, you know, I pay taxes, and, you know, to have to live next to it's just, there's gotta be something somebody can do. I mean,
Did Kevin have any suggestions on
no,
like steps to take, or?
he just kind of, I mean, I'll come in and talk to him. I mean, this is, you know, the guy that lives on the other house made a real good point. The only way him and I are gonna be able to sell our homes is in the winter.
Or first thing in the spring before the grass pops
I
up
mean,
and
it's
everything.
ridiculous. I mean, this stuff is, you look at it, it's not trimmed, there's nothing. I mean, what do you do about stuff that's growing on your property line?
Cut it off.
Well, it's on your property line, you can mow it down.
Cause I mean, it's so close that, you know, and I don't want the hassle.
I know,
You know, I have a wife that's handicapped. I don't
I
have
know.
time to deal with this.
I know. And
You
that's
know.
unfortunate, and I do feel for you, I know what you're saying. It's unfortunate.
Could he present at like a zoning meeting or something and ask for the idea of lawn to be maintained and we explore that option within the township? We've had a couple other complaints about some other residents not maintaining their grass as well.
Well, I can
So if that's an
understand that
option
if
for
it,
him,
like I
maybe
said,
that.
if she did this,
But we don't have a zoning ordinance.
if she did this on 5
So we would
acres,
just start with that,
it's right across the street from us.
go from there.
Across Winter Pines are the people who lived there before this development came in.
Mhm.
They both have 10 acres. The popcorn man, I call him, Brian Dye. He has all the popcorn machines and he goes to like Tulip Time and Burley Park and, really nice guy. If she bought 10 acres like that and it was on her own property and she was doing that, I could understand that. But this is a residential area in a rural setting. And I'd like to, why can't you guys make a set of rules that say if you are in a residential setting in the rural area, you do have some maintenance that you have to do. In our HOA, it does say that you can't do something that detracts from the value of everybody else's home. But nobody can enforce it, nobody will enforce it. It says that you're not allowed to let your property become unsightly and unkept. And, we don't have, I don't have, you go to our HOA and they're like, well, like the last guy who was just the president, we just got a new guy who's the president, but he's all talk and no action also. He said, well, she's just an old lady, how long can she live? And I'm like, well, that's a pretty sad way to and he lives right across the street from it. And I hate to tell him what my broker said about his, because you walk out his front door, you get a panoramic vision. Me, I just get the one side. His value of his home is 15%. Realtor said she would take what the houses sell for and take 15% off it, and that would be the list price.
Well, like I say, come on in, Wednesday morning if you can from 8 to 12 and at least talk about some things that may not work politically, but we can at least talk about the option if we wanted to change our ordinance in regards to lawn mowing. We have never wanted to do in the past, but that's about all I can tell you for tonight. And I guess our public comments really limited to 3 minutes, so you went way beyond.
Well, I appreciate it, that because
Yeah.
what I had to say took longer than 3
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
This is a very, very large
sure,
issue.
Yeah.
You're talking about value of somebody's home of
Yeah.
$50,000.
right. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody else in public comment this evening? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make that motion.
Moved by Marcy, second. Second by Ashley. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously.